yeah, Andy, that was it. Yeah, it was. It's like hot child summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. Everyone's talking. I know it, man. Little John Sebastian and the Lovin' Spoonful. Monday morning. How on a Monday morning, Lovin' Spoonful? I mean, come on, man. Getting ready for the radio show that's coming up. Well, we've had a couple bites. Nothing really yet, but got a couple bites, got some programming done, throwing out some lines. Man, they turned up the heat this weekend, didn't they? Jesus, man. It's like 80 degrees yesterday, maybe 80 again today. It was like 78, 80 on Saturday. I mean, it's like the heat is on. Boom, boom. Yeah. I'm telling you, what do you got up here for me, buddy? All right, I'll get to it. Anyway, good morning. And like I said, it's Monday morning. Good morning. It is May 13th. And it is May 13th is the Israeli Independence Day and the Israeli Memorial Day. So on this sunny morning, a good time to take out and remember, you know, it's heating up over there. But today's their Independence Day. So they're one of our allies, so let's, you know, give them a thought anyway. All right. A big Monday morning shout out to our awesome sponsors. Aren't they awesome, dude? I mean, come on. I mean, you know, we got the Great Falls Gazette, which is now available twice a week. Home delivery. It's everything that's local all the time. But the thrill we've never known is the thrill that will get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Great Falls Gazette. Great Falls Gazette, want to see my smiling face on the cover of the Great Falls Gazette. You guys at the Gazette, we told you we're going to do this till we get our picture on the cover. What did it take Dr. Hook? 2 years? So for 2 years, we're going to do this, you guys. Got to get a big shout out to Brandon and all the guys out at Holistic Relief and Design. We really appreciate your continued support. So why don't you get a Great Falls Gazette, go shopping out Holistic, read the paper. I mean, come on. Andy, good idea? Good idea. All right. Now, did you know, Andy, this is what you threw up there, so I'm going to lead with that. Did you know that more phone calls were made yesterday than any other day of the year? In fact, these holiday calls spike as much as 37%. Why is that? Oh, come on, man. Come on, everybody's talking to Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. It was Mother's Day yesterday. Yes. Celebration of mothers and motherhood. Mother, you had me, boom, boom, but I didn't have you. That high note, ooh, man. Monday I can't hit it. I couldn't hit it on a Friday night after the bars closed when I used to drink. Still couldn't hit it. It's all mothers, all things mothers yesterday, but funny enough, you can actually trace all this back, Mother's Day, motherhood, worshiping Mom and all that, to the ancient Greeks and Romans. Of course you can. Of course. And we're going to thank the Greeks and Romans. Of course we do. They had festivals and feasts and orgies. Yeah, do we have festivals and orgies for Mother's Day here in America? We do not. In the United States, we do not have rock festivals, orgies, but they honored the mother goddess Rhea and Cybele. Is that what I'm seeing here? Cybele? Okay. And that, of course, were pagan rituals, like they all are. I mean, come on. Every holiday that we've talked about, I'm going to sneeze on camera. I am. My allergies have just been killing me. Yeah. Yeah, they've been killing me. Man. But anyway, oh, man. Holy Moses, man, the allergies, man. Is there a window open and the fan on? Of course there is. Jeez, Mr. Pollen, pollen me, bum, 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 make me sneeze on YouTube TV. Of course, all the festivals that started were pagan, Roman, like I said, Roman Greek orgies, just like Easter, just like Christmas, just like Halloween. In Europe, it morphed into early Christians, and they had a festival. It was known as Mothering Sunday, and a mother and child reunion. Yeah, Mothering Sunday. And that's the pagan rituals that started with the Greek and Roman orgies. The Christians early, they had Mothering Sunday. And then in America, in the United States here, Mother's Day basically dates back to 19th century. Can you get the fan over there and turn it off, close that window? I could see the pollen floating around here, and I've already been, yeah, thank you. And thank you. Like I said, Mother's Day in America dates back to the 19th century. Okay? We didn't have orgies and festivals and feasting. But before the Civil War, a lady that was named Anne Reeves Jarvis, I've got that right, she kind of helped what was called Mother's Day work clubs. And then mothers would get together and they'd teach each other how to care for their children and how to be a good mom and how to be attentive. And it basically started as like a club, okay, and a social gathering for moms, okay. Later, though, which is the case with everything which starts and morphs into. Later, these clubs became what would I say? She started before the Civil War and did this through the Civil War. So after the Civil War, with the mothers gathered, it was both the mothers from the Confederate and from the Union and their kids and stuff. So it was kind of like a unifying, promote reconciliation, all of that, promote reconciliation for the families. Now, this Reeves Jarvis continued her what would we call it? Her trailblazing, trying to effects of just establishing this, and by in 1912 she proposed to Congress that this was a big deal. Maybe we should do, a legal day honoring mothers. And then by 1914, President Woodrow Wilson, signed the official, measure proclamation, officially establishing the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. And, now it's, like I said, it started as a reconciliation event for the Union and Confederacy. Now, man, now it's just another reason for, you knew it, brunch. We're going to brunch. Everybody's going to brunch on Mother's Day. They got specials on Mother's Day. It's only brunch for your mom in $99.95. And they got pesto on the eggs. Like, brunch, yeah. Mother's Day brunch was everywhere yesterday. Everybody had a special. There was this, there was that, everything. Now, Mother's Day's not only, like I said at the beginning, it was established by the Romans and the Greeks as a pagan orgy, feast, and festival. And then the early Christians changed it, and then they was like, oh, we can't have an orgy, let's just teach moms how to be a better mom. And then, it morphed into America. But we're not, obviously, the only country in the world that celebrates Mother's Day. Everybody, in one form or another, celebrates Mother's Day. What, for example? Thailand. In Thailand, they celebrate Queen Day. It's like the Queen and all the mothers, and they do that in August. Okay? In most parts of Africa now, it's what is it? I got it here and I got it there. It's Anthropith. All right, the Anthropith. So here again, it's a month-long celebration. Celebration for moms. I mean, come on, months. They do it for a month. We got one day. We call mom. We go to brunch. That's it. Okay. And it's like we think that our celebrations, Americans, we do all sorts of things different, and some of the stuff we do, I'm saying, we don't have orgies and festivals and this, and we don't have that, but some of the stuff that we do in the United States actually are quite odd to the rest of the world. I mean, just like we do things and we think that other people do, but yeah, for example, like what? Like what, you say? It's like, hey, what do we do different, Mike? Pipewrench, what do we do? Okay, I got some notes here. We did some stuff talking about it. We were talking about how the differences in the United States and other European countries. Okay, in the United States, for example, okay, it's like not only do people celebrate Mother's Day different, everything's different. In the United States, all the money bills, all the bills in the United States are the same color green, the same shade of green, the same size, everything. Same texture, everything. The only way you can tell them apart is to actually look at them and say, oh, it's a 20, we got Jackson on it, it's 100, we got Benj, Abraham's on a 5, George on a 1, now we know what it said. But in Europe and in Canada, and in Mexico, all the bills and denominations are typically different colors so you can tell them apart. Okay, yeah, Canadian money, right. Canadian dollar, right. Red, blue, exactly. Okay, they're easier to tell apart. People that have traveled to the United States and have used our, in God we trust, same color green currency, have said that our money is confusing. Who'd have figured? Who'd have figured? Everybody knows who George is, right? Yeah. Right. Here in the United States, we tend, and I've done it, we do it all the time. We tend to describe ourselves, the people who live in this country, and our customs in our country as America. But the rest of the world sees North America, which is Canada and Mexico, Central America, South America. They don't see us as America because there are Americas and we're not it. We're the United States, and most countries call us the United States. We are the only ones that call us Americans. People that live in the United States call themselves Americans. America! What part of America? Canada? Mexico? Venezuela? Brazil? What part of America? See how that's confusing? Because when people come here from another country, and we are the United States, they get confused because we're Americans. What? Where? You're from Mexico? Canada? That's North America. That's the Americas. And everybody who lives there is American. It's a technicality. Don't crucify me. Don't send me hate mail for just correcting grammar. I'm not being a grammar Nazi, Karen. Okay. What? What else? We're the only country in the world. And I mean the only country in the world. Only. Does not use the metric system. We are the only one. The whole world, right, except our drug dealers. They know kilos and grams pretty good. Okay, the drug dealers in America are on the metric system. Everybody else, not on the American system. It's been a pain in the ass for mechanics. Anybody that's in the industry, when you get parts and stuff from another country, it's not a 3 or it's 10 it's millimeters, not inches. It's just pretty weird how, it's okay. What's another thing that what else do we do in the United States that foreigners think that's really weird? I mean, I mentioned a couple already. They're like, say, what? You're in Americans? Are you Central? What about that metric? I guess we're the only country in the world that allows. Look at this up. I didn't believe it, Andy. I did not believe this. I looked it up. It's right here now, right there. Can I turn the monitor? I cannot. Okay. We are the only country in the world that is not only not on the metric system, but we allow print. Okay, we're allowing print and television commercials for prescription drugs. Okay, advertising budget is literally in the billions of dollars in the United States, and you heard them. They're on all the time. You're watching the news. They're talking about menopause. They're talking about Alzheimer's. If you watch any sporting event, it's like, you got erectile dysfunction? I mean, it's like they're hawking their meds. Billions of dollars. Ad campaigns are everywhere for medication in the United States. Nowhere else in the world. It's illegal to do this in parts of the world. But we're a free country, so they can spend, billions of dollars on advertising. And guess who pays for that? Guess. The customer? Yeah. Yep. It's pretty weird. And for literally the freest country in the world, we're pretty Puritan, I mean, still to this day, we're pretty Puritan. Our norms are in the United States. Yeah, we can't say Americas because then people are like, where are you from, Brazil? Okay, in the United States, it's not cool, but in Europe, when Europeans come here, they find it weird. Okay, in European countries and South American countries, it's considered normal for women to be topless. There's nude beaches in these countries, and people aren't just having sex everywhere. Okay, that's just the norm. Okay, not so much in the United States. People who travel to the United States often have to be warned to wear a swimsuit in public and to keep it on. Okay, and we got to keep it on too. So, it's some of the norms. It's like, okay, I've talked to this before, okay? Feet. Women in Europe and South American countries believe that nice feet are part of their sexual makeup. Ankle bracelets, toe rings, pedicure, nails done. Their women in Europe are always trying to put their best foot forward. Did you see what I did there, Andy? Did you? In the United States, it's the opposite. The majority of the women are like, ew, he likes my feet. Yeah, he does. But they don't know how to react. They don't, But except for Jennifer Lawrence and Danica Patrick, who both this weekend were posting feet pics on Twitter. Good job, girls. Keep it up. Keep it up. It's not just that, Andy. It's not just our sexual period. It's like the whole people from other countries can't believe how much violence abounds, okay, everywhere in our culture. In an average 24-hour period in the United States, there's people in this country witness hundreds, if not thousands, of acts of violence on our media, our news, movies, nightly TV, murder, rape, robbery, assault, crime shows of every size and shape. We got everything from Ice-T and Law and Order, SVU, to like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. I'll be back. Okay? Violence. Okay? Just turn the channel. We don't turn channels. We hit remotes now. I'm old. I turn channels. Through every day, turn. There. But it's just like crazy. Okay? However, on prime time, If there's a man or a woman on American primetime TV, even in their freaking underwear, the world goes crazy. They're like going crazy about it. Oh my God, did you see it? Violence is okay. Skin's not. That's the difference you've seen European TV. First of all, Asia, Terminator, and Law and Order, and what else, crimes, NCIS, Criminal Minds is a good one. None of these shows are available in Europe and Asia. They don't think that watching shows about rape and killing people and serial killers and things like that are good for themselves or their psyche or their children. Shows like Emmanuel. Yeah, right. Nudity is okay. Europe, violence is not. In the United States, violence is okay. Nudity is not. Maybe that's part of the reason why we lead the nation or the world. Nation, country. We lead everyone, Andy, in incarceration in the world. There's so much violence. We're desensitized to it. But oh my God, there's a girl with barefoot on TV. Oh my. Huh? Oh, black, toenails, red, purple does good. Yeah, it's the whole norms is just flipped. It's just flip-flopped. You see what I did there? But it is. It's just crazy. It's like it's okay for our culture in the United States to call ourselves the continent. We're Americans, but that's the whole continent. Screw you, we're calling ourselves Americans. We don't care if it's the whole continent. And we don't have topless beaches. And we watch violence. And girls are like, hey, he likes my feet. Just one time. Meet one that doesn't. Weekend was cool. Yes, sir. We had the Northern Lights up here. They had the Northern Lights in Alabama. Yes, they had, but here, quite the show. I had forgotten, and I was laying down, and I'd gotten up for some reason and looked out the kitchen window of the house, and I'm like, what, Jesus, what the hell? Why is the sky green and purple? And, yeah, it was just something to be. Yeah, it was the whole damn country, everybody on Facebook. If you missed it, take a picture of your backyard, just color it in with like a purple and green marker. You'll be set to go. Oh, yeah. I would be remiss if we did not mention that the fair in Great Falls, Montana did mention one more concert. I do believe it is July 28th. That's a Sunday at 7:30. We're going to have Starship. I play a little Starship on my show. And they're going to have Foghat. I play a lot of Foghat. So I'm pretty happy to see that actually they got a double bill. It's a double bill. Just like, just like when I was a kid. Yeah, when we were growing up, there was always two bands. And they were always, like, interchangeable. Yeah, right. You saw, like, Doobie Brothers and REO Speedwagon both promoting an album. You've seen Motley Crue touring with, Van Halen, both promoting albums. Foreigners touring with Boston. And then you have the fair, and nowadays it's only one band. But I always have liked the whole double bill. I think it's great. I already called the fair. Already talked to Susan and Kim and wanted to know if I could get some tickets. So if anybody wants to go to Foghat with me, let me know. So, differences in America and the rest of the world. Now the rest of the world perceives us. It all started with Mother's Day and how we celebrate it. So we do things differently here. Is it bad? No. I don't like the pharmacy. You know, the other countries have come out and said we don't allow pharmaceutical companies to advertise because, first of all, it's prohibitively expensive. It drives up the cost of beds. And second of all, it's not really right. A doctor should be telling you about your medication, not the Big Bang Theory. So, that's the way it goes. So, Andy, you're telling me you're doing this, man. What are we going? We will go round in circle. Bum, 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 bum. We'll go round and... All right. Andy's telling me we got to get out of here. So, summer's here. I dare say. I mean, what, 2 weeks ago we were shoveling snow. Now it's like been 80 for like 3 days in a row. Drop into the 60s. And then, of course, the first week of June, it'll snow. You heard it here first. It'll snow. So, remember, everybody, spay and neuter your pet. You know, adopt, don't shop. Don't shop, go adopt. The shelters are freaking full right now. Okay? Foster, rescue, volunteer, you know the drill, okay? Go up to your animal shelter, give them a couple bucks. Buy some dog food, cat food, drop it off. What was that, a couple months ago, we found, we found four, Andy, what was it, four of them? Four tubes of tennis balls. I don't play tennis. What did we do? We took them to the shelter. Most importantly, I said it's the shelters are full. Adopt a shelter pet today. Have a great week. We are out of here. We'll see you next Monday. We're goodbye.